This video is brought to you by Netflix. Check out your free trial subscription at netflix.com/ZGR.
So this afternoon we got invited to go get a preview of Risen 2 and
Dead Island.
Both
by published by Deep Silver.
We've seen the cool trailers for it, and it's the one that plays in reverse of the people in the island hotel that are slashing zombies and, you know, doing the thing. Everybody's seen it.
And then the pirate sequel to Risen, which had a lot of mixed reception. You know, I loved the PC version. The 360 version of the game was rather mediocre. If you can look at a lot of other YouTube channels or other professional reviewers, and they just really didn't like the game, but I fucking loved it. So I was really excited about Risen 2. So when we sat down for an hour with Deep Silver today, we really got a great preview of the two. We got to see about 15-20 minutes of gameplay footage of each game, and just a presentation to give us some general information about both. So I guess we just talk about both. Which one do you want to start with?
Let me talk real quick about the art in Risen 2. They did a little comparative PowerPoint presentation for us, comparing the art from the original Risen to the soon-to-be-released Risen 2. Comparing the difference in characters, environment, and a few other aspects of the game. I gotta say, I was totally blown away by the quality of the art for the upcoming Risen 2. The handcrafted environments that they're going to have in this game will blow your mind. Everything is like just set up supremely for storytelling. Every environment appears, from what we saw, to be unique.
Oh, it looks great. And I'm going to jump in. First of all, we didn't introduce, this is my brother. He works for Cryptic Studios. He's here being my cameraman and just my drunk partner for the week, if you will. So we sat down with him, but he's never even played the first game, so he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know what to expect. If you've played the PC version of this game, it's so beautiful, and then they've just upped the ante on the graphics. I mean, so we saw the character a bit. It's basically a continuation of the story from the first game, and now you're on an island. Recall at the end of the first game, there's a huge titan, and you kind of just defeated him, and there were titans rising up everywhere in the world, and now you're in a new town on a cove, and the only way for this town to survive is from trade goods to come in from the sea.
The town is controlled by... It was the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor who you killed in the Inquisition, right?
The Inquisition.
Are these guys
no, that's right.
Town?
So the Inquisition, yeah, they're in control of the town, and really, you've got a strong pirate feel for the game, just because there's so much darkness in what we saw. We saw a trailer and then gameplay, and the trailer will be released sometime soon. They didn't tell us when. So what we saw from the gameplay was that it's beautiful. Bows have been replaced with guns, and they didn't show us any of the magic. In the trailer that we saw, it kind of had a strong voodoo feel. We saw something or someone holding a voodoo doll and stabbing.
Like a female protagonist displayed in their trailer, who at the end ended up saving the main protagonist's life by forcing a voodoo doll to stab him. No, she forced the voodoo doll to shoot himself in the head instead of the main guy.
Yeah.
So there's going to be elements of magic in it, but it's not going to be your typical Dungeons & Dragons style magic.
And they wouldn't tell us exactly what it was, and they wouldn't give us any details. But once we brought up voodoo, they were kind of
stumbled over themselves.
They stumbled a little bit.
It looks like it's going to be voodoo style.
Looks like the magic might be voodoo.
Yeah.
So what they brought up over the 360 version of the game, or the console versions of the game, because there was a lot of problems with the originals. Recall that the menu system was terrible. The graphics were very blurred, and just overall it wasn't that good of a game when compared to the PC version. So first of all, they said they completely redesigned the interface, the user interface and the menus.
Good for console people.
But they didn't show it to us because it was, well, we looked at a pre-alpha version of the game.
Yeah.
Work in progress. So they didn't give many details, but it is coming. And secondly, they're significantly upping the quality of the graphics. So
not just as far as user interface goes, but character customization has been completely ripped out, revamped, and recreated.
And that's specifically what they were talking about.
Everything's more high res. All the characters are modular, different in every single way. They had a very good side-by-side shot they showed us in a PowerPoint presentation that showed us an old character, custom character from the first game compared to one of the new ones. The new ones are much higher resolution, much more unique.
Just significantly better all around. I mean, the modularity of what they were talking about is you're never going to see two of the same characters throughout the game because they could swap the clothes, features on the faces, hats,
eye patches, hats,
every detail
gloves,
of the character. You're never
feet.
going to see two of the same.
Yeah.
So we didn't see much of the game, but what we did see was amazing, and personally, that's what I was most excited about today. And then they drove us into the Dead Island preview.
Before you get into Dead Island, I want to comment on the supreme quality of the shaders that they displayed. There's a couple really interesting things that they showed us graphically about the new Risen 2. One, the water shader, top notch, looked amazing. I'm a game developer myself, and I've seen all sorts of different kinds of water shaders. We're doing a couple in-house at my studio that look real nice. But this one that I saw today for Risen 2 looks very cool. Another interesting art aspect that they showed us was the full 24-hour cycle that will be essentially a character element in storytelling. They actually showed us the sun going across the sky and from dusk until dawn all the way, and then a full moon coming across the sky as well, and within a period of maybe 2 minutes we got to see the entire cycle of sky file changes and light changes, and it all changed dynamically and impressively. The light changed, the shadows, the specularity on the leaves and the jungle environment that we were in all changed dynamically with the really incredible lighting that they had set up for the sky files in the 24-hour time cycle.
So what's crazy is how good it looks for pre-alpha. I mean, it was running smooth and beautiful. I mean, it looks like they could release this already.
Well, they had some really incredible Alienware machines they were running on.
They were pretty cool.
On to
Dead Island.
Dead Island.
So my initial thoughts, right away they told us this was a zombie slasher action RPG, which was interesting right away. I mean, RPG and action, I mean, these are some of my favorite things. So once we got into the game, I thought that it was a combination of Left 4 Dead meets like Fallout New Vegas. It's an open world game. It looks great, and it's focused on melee combat. So you're one of 4 or 5, I don't remember what exactly they said, 4 or 5 character classes that you'll choose. And while they'll each play out the same storyline, they each have some talent trees. So the guy that we watched him play was a big buff black dude. I don't remember what his name was.
He was the tank character.
The tank character, and we watched them put skill points into what was called the Fury Tree, which was him, I don't know, beating the fuck out of the zombies melee style.
He went into kind of an enrage mode after you killed a certain number of enemies or something like that. It charged up something like a rage bar where you then unleash and go into some sort of psychotic mode where you literally punch through enemy characters with ease. They did some kind of filter effect.
Black and red and
yeah, high contrast stuff to notify that you were in this mode, and this guy's literally just punching through these zombies. And it wasn't hokey either. It was believable and good looking in the same way that the trailer was.
And that's kind of what they're going for with the story, though, is that you're on an island paradise and you're someone. And the story I thought that they told was this guy got piss-ass drunk and passed out, and he woke up the next morning in the zombie apocalypse on this island, and he's found out that for whatever reason he is not able to be infected by the zombies. So whoever he's with sends him out to do some initial quest-based missions. And initially they send him out on the wild to save someone who's getting fucked up by the zombies. And they go out, and I mean, it looked a little bit like a Elder Scrolls type of melee system, but it felt more realistic. Like as a boxer, you might bob and weave a little bit and back up. And they showed that in the game. It was very natural. It just looked great.
Think about a pre-alpha version of Condemned 2 Bloodshot, as far as melee hand-to-hand combat goes, but with zombies. He hasn't played Condemned 2.
I haven't played Condemned 2. I'm going to take his word. So then they went into, you'll kill the zombies, and there's different types of zombies and different levels of zombies that you're going to run into, and you'll gain experience and then level up, and you'll put your points in the trees. But what I thought was interesting is that you have to find your weapons and that they degrade rapidly over time. So we saw initially a guy pick up a paddle, and he was beating the zombies, and probably after 4 or 5 hits the thing broke. I mean, you can throw the weapons. You'll have to be forced to repair them. And you can also... What's the game recently where you would find blueprints and combined weapons? What was it? Was it Dead Rising 2 is what I thought of. They said that there's blueprints that you'll pick up, and you can combine items that you find along the way, like a knife and some kind of, I don't know, bomb, and create what they're calling a sticky bomb.
Lithium batteries, electrify your machete.
Machete.
Do electrical damage while slashing with a machete or throwing a machete into a zombie, which will not only penetrate his heart, but shock him and kill him, things like this.
So while we don't have gameplay footage of it, we did get to sit in a room and watch a developer, play it for us and answer questions we play. It looks great. They couldn't give us a solid date on when it's going to be released, but man, it looks like it could be released right now. I mean, it looks like a pretty fucking solid game.
Let's see. Highlights to look forward on Risen 2. Go. Give me 3.
Beautiful graphics. A continuation of the story. I mean, where the story left off was a pretty big cliffhanger. He saved the island, but what was going to happen next with the Titans?
And?
Well, pirates are kick-ass anyway, so...
One more cool highlight.
Oh. Now you put me on the spot.
Hot boners. Lots of them.
Hot boners.
Hot boners. 3 highlights for...
Dead Island.
Dead Island.
So we saw the trailer. It looks great. From what we saw, it was running and looking great. So the graphics are beautiful. It's kind of a new take on the zombie genre. Mixing in action RPG with melee combat is not something that I've played myself with zombies. And I just want to see what's going to happen. We saw the beautiful trailer and we saw the family get mutilated. So why did it happen and what's going to happen? I don't know. I want to see. I just want more information about it. We saw some gameplay, but we didn't get a feel for the story as a whole. So that's, I guess, what I'm interested in.
I'm interested in seeing how they're going to take this new zombie game and take the crown away from Left 4 Dead. This is a title that has literally dominated the zombie style games.
We have to jump in.
As I go.
Because I forgot something. As they were playing, they were saying this is 4-player co-op, jump in, jump out, over the internet. So you could be playing through the campaign, and a friend can jump in right away and pick one of the other predetermined characters with their character classes. I think they said there's an assassin, some kind of range. Actually, there's not a range class.
Jack of all trades.
A jack of all trades. The tank.
I forget.
Yeah, I do too. Doesn't matter. 4-player co-op, jump in, jump out.
They got to find a way to make it better than Left 4 Dead. That's what I say. Left 4 Dead is an amazing game. It's going to be hard to top it. They have to find the right way to make the gimmick work, to make it different from Left 4 Dead, in order to make it incomparable to it. Because my initial impression of the game was I was looking at... Well, let me put it like this. I've played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I've seen the amazing trailers they've done. And I've seen the amazing trailer that was done for Dead Island, and I saw some gameplay. My impression is Left 4 Dead is more fun. It looks like more fun. They're going to have to do something special to set it apart. That's what I take away from it.
So we'll just have to see what happens. What are your thoughts? Leave your questions and comments below. Netflix delivers movies directly to your home, saving you time and money. As a Netflix member, you get DVDs by mail in about 1 business day. Plus, you can instantly watch thousands of TV episodes and movies streaming directly to your PC, Mac, or right to your TV via Netflix-ready device like a PS3, Xbox 360, or Nintendo Wii console. Get your free trial membership at netflix.com/ZGR. Check out the full write-up and screenshots over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure to check out all of the other great gaming and entertainment on the Game Station. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.